Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another vlog, and welcome behind Sir Banksy's ears. It's the day before eventing, the event that I'm actually super duper excited about, bizarrely, which you wouldn't think. You'd think I would be super duper nervous, but tomorrow we are heading off to hopefully achieve my goal from this year. Remember back a few months ago when I said I wasn't that interested in chasing the badminton dream, but I do enjoy the stay away shows and going away with friends and the challenge of competing at championship qualifiers, whatever they call them now. Basically like regional finals used to be.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's fantastic that I'm enjoying lessons.
Yeah.
Brilliant, because I never used to.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm really enjoying or looking to do... Yes, I've been going show jumping.
Yeah.
I withdrew from Launceston.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably used the ground a little bit as an excuse because I just couldn't be bothered to do it.
Yeah.
I was feeling a bit meh.
You just feel
Feeling
like...
a bit like, if I go out and do 90 and don't do well, I'll be disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
And just don't really know what to do.
And you wouldn't have rode properly because of the ground either.
Finals that, like I've said, do I want to go to South Yorkshire? Do I want to go to wherever they are?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just feel a bit like I should
Where
be
am I
embracing
going
him.
with it? Yeah.
And like we say, he is in his prime. I want to do as much as possible, not as much. I do want to get. I want to get back to feeling competent at 100. Really, I think. But I don't know. I think it's
But is it?
now,
You know, I feel like we all have the pressure, and I should be promoting it, but to go eventing.
Yeah.
But actually, eventing doesn't have to be what you do with.
I know, and I did just say to Em that I said I enjoyed eventing when it was me, her. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, don't mention Lola's name.
I'm alright, it's
I
you.
enjoyed the weekends away together and doing it, staying away, stuff like that. I don't really enjoy it.
But you sound like you got a quibble in your throat.
I know.
But also, I would say where you live in the country.
It's a long way.
It does make it hard because there are barely any events in Cornwall, and you have to travel miles for everything.
Yeah, the one that was in Cornwall I didn't even go to. What's wrong with me?
But then we were just off the back of Swipe Up Kick On,
Yeah.
and I think we built up a lot to that, for the excitement and everything, and then
Just wanted a breather.
I was shattered after that. I bet
It
you were all
was.
shattered after that.
It was full on, wasn't it?
Exactly. So I think maybe if Launceston was 4 weeks after, you
You'd
might
been
have
excited
been able
for
to
it.
gear
Yeah,
back
that
up
makes
to it
sense.
again, but you were a bit on a
Shaking.
down.
And then I think, sorry?
I'm shaking, sorry, I just noticed I was shaking.
And then I think also because I know I've been around the 100 like competently twice at Launceston, I was like,
What was the point in going?
Yeah, but you were also concerned about the ground, so you knew that you wouldn't have ridden properly.
Yeah.
Everybody seems that their grassroots goal is to ride a badminton.
I know.
don't know if it was. I don't think I'd enjoy
Yeah.
the atmosphere, the pressure. I'd be worried that he'd be spooking all the crowds and all the stewards.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there we go. I've admitted it.
Yeah.
That doesn't massively appeal to me.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to.
Each to their own, and that's what I've also tried to say to...
Horse because he's perfectly capable of getting there.
Which is a little bit like I was saying to Emily about aiming towards, I don't know, the 6-year-old championships next year rather than just the grassroots, because I think there's more pressure. And I always joke about, I've said this to you probably 500 times, but the horse that I was lucky enough to take 4-star, Dennis, he did a 90 regional final. Never qualified. 100 regional final, never qualified. Novice regional final, never qualified. But qualified for the intermediate championships. Like, explain that one to me. Do you see my point? Is actually, if you stay trying to get that thing forever, it stops you from ever actually pushing yourself and moving past it. And it stops.
But you have also said that you don't want to jump any bigger.
Not the meter really, no. But you don't know when you feel, like you always say, when you feel more confident at it.
Exactly.
Like I wouldn't normally just go and enter a 105 show jumping round.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't scared about doing it. I was just scared about messing up.
The second half is certainly bigger than 105, isn't it?
I said there and then that I wasn't actually massively keen on getting to badminton, mainly because I don't know how Mr. Spooky Pants would cope with the crowds and the atmosphere, and I think I would find it way too nerve-wracking and too much pressure. So I made my goal then to compete at 100 competently again by the end of the year. Now, unfortunately, that hasn't happened due to a number of things, but I don't want to delve into them right now because I want to try and remain in a positive headspace ahead of tomorrow. We're heading off to Bovington. Next, I don't normally like to do eventing 2 weekends in a row, and I am going to Bicton the following week, but this kind of had to happen because I went to enter Bicton. I still felt a little disheartened that I hadn't managed to do 100 yet. I couldn't enter Bovington 100 because I didn't have the MERs, which is the minimum eligibility requirements. Oh, I got that word out okay. So I had to enter 90 there, and obviously with it being a 103-day qualifying track, I probably wouldn't want to go straight out to Bovington at 100 3 days. So I thought, actually, we're going to the 90 because, again, I want to have the fun weekend away with my girlies. And obviously I still want to try and do the best I can do. But as I said, my main goal was to compete at and complete competently, hopefully, an 100 track this year. So I entered Bovington as well. So 2 weekends in a row of eventing. And unfortunately, sadly, not the best prep this week, with somebody having lost a shoe on Wednesday, which meant he had Wednesday and Thursday off. It's now Friday morning, and I have got him out for a short little mooch, purely to check that he is sound, because he is Mr. Sensitive. He can become footsore after losing a shoe. Thankfully, he is feeling okay, but I haven't gone far because I do want to run through my test in my field this afternoon, another thing that I don't really like doing and I'm a bit anxious of, but I need to do it, because how can I go out and compete without being able to do something like that, which should be so simple at home? And I'm also going to see if I can replicate a jump that is on the cross-country app that I saw last night that started making me nervous and anxious about doing it. It's nothing to do with the height of the fences. It's the spookiness of the Hessian sacks and the colourful fences that I think he might be a bit like, wah! Eyes on stalks at, especially with how fresh he's feeling at the moment. He's keen bean to get on. I'm going to carry this on when I get home and explain a bit more about what I'm planning to do this afternoon ahead of eventing tomorrow. So my plan involves going in here, let's hope this works. So I went in purely for Hessian sacks to make spooky sandbags out of, and ended up finding a more up-to-date modern version, one that actually works, of my toolbox, which I've had one of these that I keep my studs and my... forgot I've got a bad arm. I've had one of those for years, and I keep my studs and Banksy's boots in it because it's just really handy, because, you know, it's all in one place, and then you can also use it as a mounting block. It's got wheels in it so you can tow it, but when we were up at Frickley, the lid's gone all funny. So yeah, I'm glad that I've got that as well now. Now to go home, find something to fill these sacks with and make a scary jump, and then, even more importantly, make myself build up the courage to go and jump it. Oh, this is what I was on about. It's gone a bit, oh, that one's quite a bit smaller. I didn't think about that. It didn't seem it in the shop. Oh, this one's quite a lot deeper. Ah, it'll be fine. The lid's completely broken, but I have had it about 7 or 8 years. And I keep in it my cross country and my shoe jumping boots ready to take with me, so hopefully they will at least still fit in here. Get my spooky stuff out. Hi Samson. Pop them in and pray it all fits. Do I need that in there? Not really. But yeah, you've had your day, mate, haven't you, unfortunately, but you are slightly bigger. It was a bit unstable to stand and mount from. That one. So I break it straight away. Nice and stable to mount from, just not quite so high. Okay, now time to find some stuff to put into these to make some spooky, scary jumps. And then, like I said, to be brave enough to actually attempt to jump them. I've just emptied Banksy's bone and joint supplement into the feed bin, so I was thinking I could stuff one of these with that, and then maybe put like a heavy stone or something in them. It definitely should have been something I did prior to the day before going eventing, but hey ho, at least I'm doing it now. Hopefully it pays off and it is beneficial. Hi Sam Sam, you okay? Oh, nice kiss. What I haven't said is sadly Em isn't coming eventing with me because she has got her half marathon on Sunday, so obviously tomorrow will be like making sure she eats right and gets enough rest, etc. in prep for it. But I have got my friend Naomi coming, who is also coming with her horse Rory. So it's not just Banksy going in Daisy. And Nay has just texted me actually because she's bringing him up the night before because we got a super early start. I told her what my plans were for running through the test and popping some scary fences, and she is going to come up earlier than she was going to and join me. So I've literally just got Dinks' stable part ready for Rory. I do need to put a couple more bales bedding down for her, but basically I need to crack on, stop filming, get on with it, get some jumps made, and then in a minute you'll see myself, Nay, Banksy and Rory, hopefully, getting over Tina's phobia. The other three will probably be absolutely fine, of Hessian sacks. Yeah, we just got to find some stuff to put in them first.
Lights out, hearts beating faster in a minute. I'm high on slow dancing with you. 1, 2, 3, keep it going.
Thinking, heck, Banksy's heard that I'm out here now, and he's wondering what I'm doing. He's already spooking at that jump wing that I've put up, and he's hooning around. So if he loses a shoe, I will be mega cross at myself for doing this. Oh God! Right, we're going for yellow wings, just because apparently yellow is one of the most prominent colours that horses can see, stroke detect. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I've heard or read that yellow and green stand out the most to horses, and the likes of red and blue, they don't see as bright as we do, so we'll have nice bright yellow wings there. Ended up only actually having 5 Hessian sacks, not because that's what they gave me, I did buy 6, but I didn't have enough stuff to fill them all. I ended up having to put coats in, as you'll have well seen. Obviously they won't be staying out here, they will be going back in because I need those coats. What other wings should we put out? The white ones and maybe the rainbow poles. That's my little practice fence, and this is me trying to replicate a corner with spooky bags. Oh, I've moved the wings in a bit purely to try and make it a bit narrower so he feels he has to jump near the bags. Not quite a cross-country fence, but for a quick attempt at replicating it, not a bad job. Right, let's see how the riding part goes. Is your friend here? He doesn't want to talk to you, he wants to talk to Dinks. He's like, hi. He's like, talk to me, talk to me. Oh boy! Oh, they're going to have a right romance, aren't they? They'll end up having separation anxiety tomorrow. Dingle, we might have to move that, mightn't we, Porker? You're free reign out here tonight. Right, we're on board. There's a scary jump behind me that I've set up. It's got a yellow filler as a, well, a yellow wing as a filler, as an obstacle. We're saying the ground's feeling quite good out here. We have studded up. Purely 1 to be safe and 2 because then the stud holes are ready for tomorrow too. I'm trying to keep Banksy away from that jump. I don't want him to see it. Once I'm warmed up and I've jumped a couple of cross poles, I'm just going to cant around as if he's never seen it before and jump it. I did speak to Cam a minute ago who said don't do too much. Don't get carried away and don't risk slipping or losing a shoe. Hence I've studded as well. So we'll crack on, do literally just 10-15 minutes worth. Check the ponies feel fine. Nay's going to run through her test. Sam's come to be an added distraction. He's got his tail between his legs and he's running off. But yes, first time in ages that actually the ground has felt good out here. It's been too hard all summer to ride in it. Yeah, it does. Fingers crossed all 8 shoes stay on. Oh, have you come to help now too, Reg? Have you? Whee! Says yes, I've come to do a bit of desensitisation too. Rory's looking lovely. Oh, that's how you do a downward transition. And a beautiful upwards. And she's going to ride this corner that I say is horrible nicely. Could you feel?
Yeah, you like need to hold them together.
Just drops away a bit, doesn't it? They camber off the ground a little bit.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away.
It's a fair few hours later, and the desensitization is continuing, isn't it, Banks? What do you think? He's like, Mum, it's you that needs desensitizing, not me. I don't mind Hessian sacks. Not at all, especially when I know there's bags of treats in the bottom of one of them. Hey, you're such a good boy. The jumping went well. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I went to Wickes and bought the sacks because it's put my mind at ease slightly. And yeah, we've spent the last couple of hours bathing the ponies, getting them all sorted. Nay has gone home now because she's got a little boy that needs looking after. But Rory is here. He's a happy chappy, aren't you, Rory? I have to giggle. He's got one of those hoods on that's got eyes. Bless you. Ah, Banks has got that rug. You can be twinning later once Banksy's dried. He's currently in his dry rug. And Dinks is out in his pen for the night, aren't you, Dinkle? Yeah, I didn't jump much, but I'm just glad to have done it, and he felt keen. He wasn't fussed at all about the spookiness. He was just keen to jump. Keen bean jumpy machine. So fingers crossed for the same again tomorrow. And just like that, everything's packed. My Platinum Fairy turns up. Bless her. I'm going to show you the trailer. It's all loaded. Ready to go. Fits in all of my stuff, all of Nay's stuff. Spare coats. Because it's set to be very wet, unfortunately. Stud kit. The good thing about riding in the field as well was it meant we've already picked and tapped our stud holes, so they're all good to go for the morning. We're all hitched up, hay nets are in, and the Platinum Fairy's here. I did say I would try it, but not try it. I did say I can. Hey? Yeah? I actually did a plat this morning before I thought about messaging you. And I was like, oh, that's not very good, is it? Oh, look who it is, Banks. You mean you still need to be a part of anything?
Because I'm not coming.
Oh.
It feels weird I'm not coming, if I'm honest.
I know. And it's not actually going to be as long a day as we thought.
I know.
I know, I bet she was tempted.
But then...
Look, we're still desensitising. But he's not actually phased, it's Mum that we're desensitising.
Desensitising.
Yeah, Nala. Oh, Nala's peed off. She can't get in the cat feed.
What was I going to say? Yes, but you're still going to be leaving early in the morning and I want a lion.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm looking forward to that on Sunday, to be fair. We're leaving at 5:30, so not hideously early.
No, that's quite a nice time.
Yeah, not too bad. I love how we're like, that's not too bad. Look at Rory. He's so funny. I'm laughing at his hood.
Oh. Is he all plaited up?
Yeah, he's all done. Yeah. Right, camera's going down. I think I might turn it off to the morning, actually. There's not much. You've seen Emily plat enough times.
I know, do you know, I think I'm going to have platted for like 6 weeks in the straight, bar 1 week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you platted for dressage, unaffiliated dressage. Rory, don't, babe.
Launched in Pontispool.
You don't need desensitising, clearly.
Dressage last week.
Oh, when's
next
Addy
week.
being platted again?
I don't know.
Next week. Oh, Bicton. I was like, what are we doing next week? Right. Let's go. Okay, I'll see you bright and early, 5:30 AM. Oh, I am going to do my checklist in a minute. Rob printed it off and brought it home for me. Well, your checklist. I'm pretty sure everything's packed.
I've been eventing twice this year.
Didn't use it?
I didn't use it. And I remembered everything. It's
Well
obviously
done.
just instilled in my brain, probably.
Exactly, right, yeah. Don't tempt fate for me, because it definitely is not. In fact, I just had to phone Emily and say, can you make sure you've got this?
Yeah.
This is my new stud tool that I got at Pontispool, because I had a voucher to use. Oh, it's a bionic wench. I'm excited to give that a go. Look, it grips round any size stud. No idea. What's the rubber thing that's in there? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. Ah, bit guards. Ah, I could do with them too. I'm going to put them on my bridle. You go and heat them up, don't you? Anyway, right, camera's going off. See you in the morning. I'm actually even more excited now. Now that I've jumped silly Hessian sacks. Oh, it's crazy how your brain works, but it's good that you do things to cure the curiosity. Or the negative thoughts, that's the one. No negative thoughts. Curiosity killed the cat. Right, over and out. See you in the morning. Bye. Oh, good boy, Dingle. I was going to say, but it was too dark. Bright lights, guys. The question this morning is, how's little... Oh, are you sleeping, my baby? I'm sorry. Was you fast asleep? Oh, yes, you were, look. Oh. The question is, has little man stayed in his pen or not? And he has. Good boy. Brownie points to you. Morning, Rory. And morning, you sleepyhead. I'm glad you've had a good night rest. You've got a busy, busy day. Right, let's get them fed. Yes, running on time. Right, let's get these ponies loaded up. Are you ready to rock and roll, boys? Are you? Yes, please. Yeah. I'm bad, I always leave them open and then Rob always goes around and shuts them. Yeah. Get them a nice bit of ventilation. Right. See you when we get there. No fighting, Banksy. Oh!
What's your last name?
Wallace.
Wallace. Oh, that's my middle name.
Oh!
It's a good name. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
That man there will park you.
Lovely.
And the warm-up for the cross-country is over on the right.
Perfect, yep, same
Coffee
place.
straight ahead.
Dressage over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Coffee.
Ask us if you need
And
anything.
toilets.
Yeah, toilets are through that gate, turn left and then on the right.
Perfect.
But if you want really nice toilets, if you go up onto the yard...
I don't think we've got time.
Oh, well, there are nice ones that turn right.
I might.
Yeah, shower as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, 1, 2, 3. You're not going to see many of the jumps because it's a quick... I can put in the cross-country app pictures, but it's a quick scoot round, making sure we know our way and listening out for whistles and horses coming up behind because it is running at the 100 at the moment. Ooh, they're about to jump the slug pile. Let's see how it's done. Oh, it looks bigger than the picture. Oh, effortless. That's how you do it. It's quite nice seeing how somebody else does it, isn't it? Hey, perfect. Whee. That's how you do it. Right, hopefully this one is going to show us how to do this first tricky combination. Hence Tina bought Hessian sacks yesterday. So we come over a jump there, all the way around here, and over the tank, which is getting nice and muddy and less leery. It'll be fine. Hessian sack practice will pay off. Lincoln won't mind. This one's going to show us how to ride the water combo. Ooh, like that. It's quite an angle, isn't it? Woo. Okay, Bovington, I thought you were a climb course. I've changed my mind. Well, that's not very nice. Especially up such a steep mound. Oh, is someone going to show us how to do it? Come on, another horse, make it look nice. Make it look easy. That requires a lot of power. Is it working? The red light's on at the front, so I say so.
That means, well, yes, I can
That
see.
means recording.
So what are we recording?
Teamwork makes the dream work. Thankfully Nay's on 20 minutes after me. Well, I should have chalked Rory's little white bit last night. Didn't realise he had a white bit. What does that smell like? Do you want yours?
Yes, please. I just feel like this one's not gone in properly. Yes, that's it.
Cool, we're saying the course looks nice. Very nice.
And the sun is out.
Nibbling each other. And the sun's out now. Yay! Stupidly, I put waterproofs on to walk the course. And ended up absolutely sweltering. Are you licking him now?
Who's licking? Don't make him dirty, Rory.
He's like, no, I'm trying to make him shine even brighter. Right, I will do.
Right, there we go.
Black stuff.
Yours done.
All done.
Yeah, all
All
done.
right, well done.
She's speedy, super speedy. Aren't I lucky?
Rory, don't make him dirty.
Mind you, we did pick and tap them last night, didn't we, like we said? Because we rode in the field. Right. All good. We'll see you at dressage. Mum can save the battery. She was just checking she remembered how to use the camera, weren't you, Mum?
Yeah, so now I have
Do you
to
remember?
press it off inside there.
No. Mum, just watch where you are with all horses. Stay by a hedge or something.
Okay.
Okay, on to dressage, and I apologise in advance. Unfortunately, the camera did for some reason keep going in and out of focus, but we've just gone down the centre line. Positive entry, fairly straight, small wobble over X for a 7. And you'll see I just put my test sheet up on the screen. It's so lovely when you get comments against every mark. Quite often you only get a few comments, generally against the lower marks, but this judge very kindly commented on every movement. So as I said, 7 for the centre line, 7.5 for that 15-metre circle. And you can see what I mean there just by the focus of the camera just going in and out. I'm not really sure why it's doing that, whether it's a camera or user error. So apologies if that is making you feel a bit squiffy. You might want to not watch the dressage and fast forward for the next 3.5 minutes. But again, second centre line, 7.5, fairly straight, could be more supple on turn at C. And then we're just basically replicating what we did on the other rein. Oh, yeah, it's making me feel a bit seasick if I'm honest. A 7 for this 15-metre circle, could be more supple around the inside leg. And that's on the right rein. Interesting, because I always thought our right rein was better than our left rein. Around we go again. And we got an 8 for this, straight and good rhythm for the change of rein in working trot. And then C, we need to halt, immobility and salute for 4 seconds. Halt, not square in front, and could stay more attentive for a 6.5. You could see he put his head up and went, oh, I think the show jumping's over there, Mum. But I was pleased that he still listened, behaved. It was accurate, it just could have been prettier. We now go into our free walk on a long rein. 7, we got a 7 for that, and that's a double mark. Fair steps and stretch. And I was cautious here not to risk jogging into the trot. Staying in medium walk, picking up the contact, and then a nice transition up into trot, and then again into canter. We had a 7 for that, could be more supple in H and H to C corner. And then my canter, he clocked these horses behind the judge's car. There were 4 horses there. I think they stopped for a little talk, and he went, oh, what are they doing? And he was trying to pay attention to them and not attention to me. So the only thing I could do was put my leg on and push him through it. And the judge just said it was a little onwards bound for a 7. But the change of rein and back into trot, 7.5, balanced transition. And I was pleased with it, it felt nice. And then the upwards again, into canter on the left rein, we had a 7.5, better. But again, me pushing him forwards because he felt like he was liable to spook up here again. I kept my leg on just to keep him moving and listening to me. Maybe I didn't keep the half halt strong enough, but she just said again, a little onwards bound for a 7, and then change the rein for the downwards transition, ditto for the little onward bound, but a balanced transition. Yeah, he kept a nice contact down into the trot. So yeah, loads of 7.5s. Oh, it says here we overshot the centre line to come down it again, but we corrected it for another 7. And then the halt, 6.5, not quite square. But a pretty good effort, I'd say, and I was absolutely delighted with that test. Especially as we had those moments where he felt a little bit inattentive up that end, but we managed to push on through it, which, yeah, made me proud of my riding. He wanted to react to all those horses behind there, but never mind, he kept it together. But he listened, he did try his best to pay attention to me. Yes, dressage done, and I'm actually really pleased with it. I was a little bit concerned that it may have been a bit tense in the canters, and he was just a little bit distracted by them. I tried my best to make him focus on me, but he was just a little bit head up and, oh, what are they doing over there? Each time we went down the judge's end, in our, I think it was mainly the right rein canter, but, oh, we're very dark, you can hardly see me, but we held it together well, so I'm hoping it will be a good stroke averagey score. It was accurate, he was relaxed, our halts weren't the best, but aside from that, I think it was quite good. The trot probably could have been a little bit more forwards, But we'll see. Now, quick change, turn around, show jumping boots on. We haven't had a chance to walk the course, unfortunately, but hey ho, it will be what it will be. Okay, onto the show jumping, which was my worst phase of the day. I will admit, in the warm-up, I did pay far too much attention to what others were doing. Somebody had got eliminated just before me at fence 5, and I was like, oh no. And they did look massive. I was actually quite grateful I hadn't walked it, because 1 and 2 looked okay, but after that, the rest of the course looks huge, in my opinion. 4 strided related distance there, 1, 2, 3, around to 4, and it was after 4 that I was like, oh, gulp, this looks big. I mean, look at number 8 here, that pink one. Bless his heart, chipped in, got me over that on the 1 stride, and then I flapped a bit. Caught that one with his back legs. Did not recompose or find a rhythm, cut this corner. Needless to say, then scat that one flying. Not sure how we kept this one up, but amazingly we did. And by this point I think I was just like, oh, I just want to get it over with. I was on the wrong leg to the double, thankfully did correct it. Got through the double okay. Bless him, because he really helped me out, because he's a superstar. And then around this one, again, should have sat him back more, but didn't. And caught it with his back legs again. There were lots of sorry mates. It was completely my fault. I flapped. They looked huge. I flapped.
Jumping there for Tina and Banksy.
All. But we won't be negative. We won't be. We still had an amazing day, and
now we
to
have
get all
1,
3
2, 6.
phases good on one day in eventing is actually very hard. It's only just started recording. Look, he's arrived and he's running away from me already.
Don't leave me, Tina. You're fine.
He's looking after his under 80s. I'm too old for him.
Lots of love.
Been a bit right, cross country time. Ride it like you stole it, eh, Banks? Yeah? Mwah. We can do this. The aim. I so badly just want to go clear. But if for any reason there is an issue, we carry on. We use it as a schooling round, don't we? Hey, I'm annoyed at myself for having so many show jumps down. It was only 3. It felt like more. But yeah, I just didn't recompose. So the aim cross country is if there are any issues, I recompose and then I ride it like I know how to. He hasn't got cross country boots on. Right, need to do that and then get on. Okay, so Mummy did kindly stand out in the rain and capture a fair bit of footage. I came nicely through that combination and then powered on, I think this was fence 12, and then straight on to 13, but as you can see, unfortunately, it was raining quite heavily, and we got drips on the lens, so you can't really see us that well. I will leave it in anyway, but then we will move on to our equireel round, because they captured every single rider at Bovington, and they have very kindly sent me my video, so we will do a little bit of a voiceover over that. So for now, here is fence 14 and 15 A and B and C. Probably the ones I was most scared of, the tank and the water combination, followed by the snowboard ski style jump.
Your job is done. Well done.
So as you can see, it was raining quite heavily during our cross-country warm-up and as I left the start box. But I think actually I was so concentrating that it didn't actually faze me at all. Oh, he was a little bit sticky over 1 and 2. I think there isn't much of a run-up out of the start box to the first fence there at Bovington. And then over number 2 here, you're completely jumping through like the hedge line. And I don't know if you can hear me, but I was a little bit like, come on! Because normally he's pulling my arms off straight away. However, as soon as we got over the number 3, he was pulling my arms off straight away, and I got here, and that should have been my first minute marker, and I remember being on 44 seconds, and I was like, oh crikey, we're going fast already. Obviously 100 speed is quite a lot quicker than 90. And I do generally always have to slow him down a bit at 90, so 100 suits him more. got the stride perfect over that one, for which I was proud, because I remember when we walked it I thought, oh, Banks will get 3 in there, but we got the 2 that it walked. And then here, this was the first technical combo really, and oh, I'm so proud of how we rode it. Look at that for a perfect stride over the corner. I would be renowned for chipping in over a corner on a turn like that, holding him back, making him wait, fiddling too much. And yeah, no, I'm absolutely chuffed. I mean, you can hear all the good boys, or you would be able to if I stopped talking. Again there, 3 strides, which is what it walked, because I was riding him forward and boldly, and it meant we met the strides. Literally, like, that was probably the biggest jump on the course, and he made it look effortless. He's just insane. He is. I thought, pinch me, goosebumpy just watching this. Oh, actually no, I think this big tank here was probably the biggest jump on the course actually. I went wide, lots of people have cut around those fences, but I wanted to get my line right to ensure that I could be like, that's someone with jumping Banks. Powerful forwards to it now. And I was still indecisive here about what to do, angle it or try and go straight, so I think I kind of did it in the middle. Got a bit deep to the first one, went to go on a turn, and I was like, no, we're going to have to slice it, and he took a flyer, bless him, and really reached over that sea element on an angle. Oh, honestly, this just makes me very, very proud, because it, you know, it wasn't a straightforward course, it was a bit technical. Yet he was full of running, attacking each fence. Even coming down to the last here, he was just like, come on mum. Honestly feel like he could have quite happily gone round again. It's so nice to see that not only did he feel epic, but watching it back, he looked epic too. So thank you so much, Equireel, for the footage.
It's there.
Yay, it's working this time. Oh, we've twisted a shoe a bit, uh-oh. But elated, epic round cross country. The feeling that we came for, absolutely buzzing. A little bit of a delayed buzzing, because bless mum, she stayed out on course waiting for Naomi.
And Naomi?
Not realising that Naomi was right behind me. Because we had a big gap. Oh, I don't know if this is the best. This is, because we had a big gap between show jumping, about 20 minutes. Mum thought Naomi would be an extra 20-minute cross country. But they let her go right behind me. I can't get this out. Yeah, full debrief in a minute, but the ponies were epic. 2 clears, that's the feeling we came for. I think I need a farrier for this shoe. That one's a bit twisted. I think that nail needs to come out, look. Let's sort this and then we'll do a proper I was very vocal, wasn't I?
Rather.
I was on Emily. I don't know if I did go on, but I was just like, good boy, afterwards. Yeah.
Let's see if we hear it.
That was worth the 5 AM alarm.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, well done, Naomi, I'm so sorry. And then I kept like taking a picture of the next horse that popped out from the
I was
bushes.
looking for a black one. Yeah.
And I thought, no.
She didn't even know your colours either, I guess, did she? Oh my goodness, my pony! These ponies, you're both epic. Mwah. Big kisses for Banks. I just found out I was on a 27.5 dressage. I'm actually quite glad I didn't know that before cross country. I mean, not that it matters because of the 3 poles, but still, 2 out of 3 phases epic. We cannot complain at all. And the aim today, my precious baby, was, well, my main aim was to complete cross country. I just wanted to go clear cross country. And that was achieved. Oh, I hate the hole we would have been, so I'm not going to say it, but still 13th, even with 3 poles, so cannot complain at all. Have you looked at where you've finished?
No, I haven't.
Why have we not done that? Right. Where's my phone? Let's do that. Ponies. Fun fact, these guys are both 15, aren't they? And they're both very alike, aren't they?
Spooky.
Spooky. But actually, did he back off anything cross country today?
He looked at the thing on the ground I said he would before that fence.
Before fence 2? Yeah. You didn't, did you? You didn't look at anything, you were awesome. Yeah. I think he might have backed off the tank ever so slightly, but I went, I think I was very, very vocal over lots of them, and I have seen the Equireeler here, so hopefully I will be able to watch the full round back. They do often very kindly give me my video, which is very, very nice, very, very grateful. It's an invaluable. Mum's looking at me like, are you pleased? I'm glad you came. It's the first time you've been eventing this year.
I wanted to come before.
Yeah, I know. Lucky mascot. Yeah, she's going to have to come every time, and Tina's just going to have to get to work on the show jumping. But again, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Super chuffed. Would have been second if I'd gone clear, but
And I
not worried about that.
Cameron.
And you met Cameron. You talked to Cameron more than me. I've hardly seen Cam. I'm going to go and find him now. We're going to get some cheesy chips.
Yummy.
And better take plats out too. Where's Em when I need her? She always takes them out before cross country. But they look beautiful, so maybe I'll just leave them in till Bicton. Oh, I love my pony. Cheesy chips time. Oh, wet nose. You are a clever clogs. You are a clever clogs. Come on, Rory, let's get you in. What was your favourite jump to jump? That's what I always like on the... Oh, no, sorry. That's right.
My favourite jump.
Mine was not the show jumping.
No, what was my favourite jump?
I actually think that scary snowboardy one. I actually took a flyer at
I felt
that.
like you needed to really ride it.
Yeah, very true.
It felt like I was riding it, yeah.
Oh, I'm buzzing. This was my goal this year, was to complete competently at 100. I can't say it was that competent, but it went well, so that's good. 2 out of 3, fabulous. And there were pesky light poles, weren't they, Banks? That was the problem. Although we did touch about 5. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. Let's give them foodie and go and get us foodie. And see if we can catch up with Cam. And see how Alicia's getting on. He's here training the under 18s, or, you know, helping them warm up, or as Cam would call it, check in. Check in with their aids that everything's working. So yeah, we'll go and see what they are up to. And then head on the long drive home with our precious babies. Clever babies, you are both ace, aren't you? Right, Rory boy. Do you want to end my vlog for me, seeing as you didn't actually bother watching me, so you can't do any debrief?
Well, I've heard how it went. And it went brilliantly, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And you must be really proud of him.
I am.
Really proud of him.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And we were saying,
I'm annoyed at myself for the polls, but
actually you've come away from today with a real sense of achievement.
yeah, and that's what I needed
jumped a
this
bigger
year.
track.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I said to you back in the summer, didn't I? My goal is to do 100 again, not to necessarily qualify.
Yeah. But actually, I was here listening and sort of watching from the sidelines, but didn't get
watch any of
involved.
it.
I might
Yeah,
have done.
no, but also
But
that's
didn't
good because
get-
you didn't.
my
I didn't
point.
need you to hold my hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I had Naomi
Tina,
instead.
Exactly.
We
Who
held
was
each
far kinder than I am.
We held each other's hand in the cross-country warm-up, didn't we, Nay? There was one I didn't want to jump and there was one Nay didn't want to jump. Oh, a circle. Yeah, that's the right thing to do at that fence. We're by a bit of a scary fence that there's just been a fall at, but me and Nay have decided, well, you've done novice before. Ah, is that Molly?
Yeah, she rode that well.
Yeah, she did ride that well.
Yeah, she said this
Yeah, that was the right thing to
Yes.
do, wasn't it? You've done novice before, but you're now currently questioning whether you ever want to do it again. But yeah, time to get the boys home. Thanks, Cam.
Pleasure.
And-
Yeah, it was lovely to meet your gorgeous mother as well, who's hiding over here.
Such a flirt, isn't he?
blue eyes.
Yeah.
No, it's been lovely. Really, really good. Really good.
Chris don't like being on the vlog, do you? He's like, nah. Yeah, fab,
Very
thank
good.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks
well
for,
done.
And I know, I'm actually quite appreciative that you said you were on the sidelines. I didn't, because I wasn't looking for you
Exactly.
to. Yeah. I didn't need you to hold my hand. I had Naomi instead.
That means a bit good if I'm doing my own thing. That's
I
fine.
would.
So,
I mean, I'd love to say I'd like a dressage warm up. However, seeing as I got
you
27
got doing
points,
something anyway. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think we could get a 22 then.
I've got to give and retake. I need to get better at the give and retakes. I've been
Fab.
practicing that this week.
Right, this end of your vlog is going on for about 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to end it? Do you know what to say? No, I'm not ready to end it. No, that's Meg's. I'm not ready to end it yet. Let's go back to our ponies. You go. Which way are you going?
I'm staying here watching.
Right, let's say bye off camera. Home sweet home. It's pretty late. I think it's about 8:15 and it's time to get the boyos' plats out. I've just put this on just to give me that little bit of helping hand to get them out. He's having his din-dins. Nay's got on her way back to St Ives with Rory. That's probably another additional half an hour or so for her to drive, bless her heart. But we've had an absolutely fabulous day. I'm excited to go inside and watch all the footage back that Mum kindly captured, and I'm even more excited to hopefully get my hands on the Equireel video, which obviously, if I do manage to do so before Tuesday, I will insert into this vlog. Absolutely buzzing with the 27.5 dressage. I literally couldn't believe it when I got that test. I felt actually a little bit bad for saying it was a bit tense in places, but again, I haven't actually even watched it back yet. But yeah, beaming. He was such a good boy. He was so good all day. I do feel I let him down a little bit in the show jumping, but I just flapped and didn't ride well because they just looked huge. Yeah, but I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it because the cross country was epic. That was the bit that I was going for, and that was the bit that has made me so elated and so chuffed, and it was the goal that I wanted to get out at and compete at 100 this year, and mission is accomplished. 27.5, 3 down and clear in the time cross country, and a big cheesy smile on my face, and lots of pats and extra carrots for my boy because he's just epic. Huge well done to Nate and Rory, who also did amazingly well and were such fabulous company all day. We had a right giggle together, especially in the cross-country warm-up where we were both a little bit nervous, yet we both encouraged each other to jump the jumps that neither of us liked. She wasn't keen on the one with the brush on top, and then I wasn't keen on how wide the roll top was, and she was like, well, you go and do that one and I'll go and do this one, because we both avoided 2 jumps because I had a huge variety of jumps in the warm-up, which we're used to only having like 2 jumps at 90, whereas in this we had, I think, 5 different jumps we could jump in the warm-up, which was good. I'm going to go because I need to get these plats out. Thanks again to Cameron for coming along. Not that you actually did a lot, Cam. You just stayed in the background and, yeah, left me to my own devices, which actually, like he said, was tactful. It was deliberate because I need to be able to fend for myself and do things on my own, which, yeah, definitely worked and paid off. Super chuffed. Proud of my boy, and yeah, just feeling all yay, goals achieved. Set out what we aimed to achieve and did it with style, I will say, even though I haven't seen the Ekka Reel video yet. I think that I'm going to be absolutely buzzing to have watched it, and I hope he'll leave on the sound and hear all my good boys, because I got very over enthusiastic at how epic he was. I'm going to say over and out. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch the footage yet, but obviously I will do a little bit of voiceover of it that you'll have seen prior to now. If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting our journey as always. Do give this video a big like, a thumbs up, and comment below. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. There is still one more eventing vlog to come, and that is Bicton next week. I did speak to Cam earlier about the possibility of maybe, now that I've got my MERs, 2, because you have to have 3 clear rounds cross country before you can do the, I think it's 3, it might be 4, maybe I can't do it. Anyway, I did speak to Cam about possibly emailing Bicton and seeing if they could put me in the 100, not the 90. However, I think after today and this buzz that I've got, I feel like that's been achieved this year. We did have a wobble a few months back. End it on a high, go and enjoy the 90, don't put any pressure on yourself, just have a fun weekend away with your pony and your friends, and just, yeah, just go and don't feel like sick to your stomach with nerves because you've had a fab cross country round this week. Next week should feel a bit easier and a bit more like fun and not at all daunting. And yeah, obviously it's daunting when you do the show jumping in reverse order on the final day. That's nerve-wracking. But yeah, I'm just going to end this vlog here. 1, because I've got a really sore throat, and 2, because I haven't got much else to say apart from thanks again for all your support, as I probably have already said time and time again. And thank you, Banksy, for being the best boy in the whole wide world. So lucky to call you mine. Right, over and out, guys. See you all next week for a 3-day event vlog. Eek! Bye!
Let's be free, just be yourself. Keep on doing what you do, doing what you do. Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do.